Joe, please.
First batter, the left fielder, number 10, Powell, left field.
Harry Caray back in the ballpark. The leadoff man, Hoskin Powell. The first pitch is a fastball, low and outside. Powell leading off, hitting .243 for the year, playing left field.
Temperature is 56 degrees.
There's a fastball outside again.
First pitch at 123.
Rob Wilfong waiting on deck. He'll be playing second base. Now the pitch by Dennis Lamp. There's a fastball at the knee, a strike call. The plate umpire is Ken Kaiser, George Maloney at first, Russ Getz at second, Dallas Parks at first. Powell swings a bouncing ball. There's a pitcher covering, close play, and they got him. Carlton Fisk, feeling that high hopper, fed Dennis Lamp, coming over to the bag for the out. Fisk playing first base today. That's the first time this year. Earlier this season, he played in left field. There's the replay.
And it gives him a good toss. And what a close play there, Harry.
Boy, Powell really hustled down the line. One man out. And here's Rob Wilfong hitting .245. Very fast. I've always liked this guy. He's got a little bit of power. He's very fast. He's a good fielder. Can make the double play. He's got good range. Rob Wilfong. Dennis Lamp getting set. The pitch. Swings and he bounces it foul outside first base. 2 strikes and nothing. Wilfong with 3 homers, 17 RBIs. There's a bouncing ball in fast. Bill Allman, the peg going to be close. Out! They got him on a close play. Fine play by Bill Allman, who fired over to Carlton Fisk. I would imagine, Lou, here, watch this again.
Well, Dennis Lamp has a good sinker ball, and because he forced him to reach for the ball, and one of the reasons why the big slow hopper, and it's really forcing the Sox to really make those plays in a hurry.
I would imagine that this is something you're going to see a lot of next year, with Fisk giving way to Essien at times behind the plate and then playing first base. Here's the pitch now, and it's Dave Engel playing right field. Came up originally as a third baseman. Swings at a breaking ball, and he misses. Engel batting .257. He's had 5 homers, 30 runs batted in. Now the pitch by Dennis Lamp is a fastball at the knees, a strike call. 2 strikes and a ball. Dave Engel, the hitter. 2 men are out, both on close plays. Here's a bouncing ball hit to the shortstop. There's Allman's peg in time. 1, 2, 3. You can tell that Dennis Lamp is on his game today, because the first 3 men all tapped the ball into the ground, indicating his sinker is really sinking. 1, 2, 3, nothing across. We go into the bottom of the first, no score. As we go into the bottom of the first inning, this copyright telecast presented by authority of the Chicago American League Baseball Club, which has the right of approval of announcers and is intended solely for the private non-commercial use of our audience. Any publication, reproduction, retransmission, or other use of the picture, description, and account of this game without the express written consent of the Chicago American League Baseball Club is prohibited. Well, Dan Piccaro, great White Sox fan, executive at WGN. Nice message. I wish the year on Channel 9 would have been a victorious one, but maybe the Cubs have contaminated the airwaves down through the years. First pitch is high to Laviglio, ball 1. Laviglio leading it off, hitting .250. There's a curveball a little bit outside. That was said most facetiously, because the White Sox haven't exactly set the world on fire in recent years. Jay Laviglio, very fast, right-handed batter. And the fastball is high, ball 3. Brad Havens is 1-3, lost 6. The outfield around towards left. Tony Bernazard waiting on deck. There's a strike call.
Harry, the kid, Brad Havens, out there was in the Rod Carew deal. He's a hard-throwing left-hander. In the minor leagues, he was known as the strikeout king. And since being at the big leagues, he has not found the control yet, and consequently, he feels his way through. But he has won 3 games and lost 6. And he didn't come up to the second half.
3 balls, 2 strikes on Laviglio. Fouled it back. Havens, a left-hander, comes right over the top. So the count is full. We have Laviglio at third base today. Fisk at first base. Here's a foul ball back. Into the upper deck. I got the net out today. But look at the big hole in this net. How we ever... The rats must have been at it. The twine has been chewed away. Here's a pitch swung. High pop foul, out of play. Herbeck is playing first base. Laudner is the catcher. Havens pitching. At second base, they have Wilfong. Washington's at short. And Hatcher at third. There's a pitch swung on, fly ball, center field. Easy out. Gary Ward is there, and he takes it. So Laviglio, after running the count to 3 balls, no strikes, went to 3-2 and finally flied out.
Well, of course, that was a high fastball just around the strike zone, the letters that is, and the kid has a rising fastball, Havens does, and that's one of the reasons he got the big fly ball out to center field.
So there's one away. And here's Tony Bernazard having a great season for the White Sox. The first pitch is a curveball. A little bit inside. Bernazard batting .275, and he delivers another hit. In the month of September, he's hitting well over .330. Bernazard singles to center, and he's on there with 1 out. Now to bring up Chet Lemon, who has been red hot. Lemon hitting .303, leads the club. 9 homers, 50 runs batted in. Bernazard batting .296 right-handed and .269 left-handed. The little guy really's had a great season.
And Harry, he's only been hitting left-handed for the last 3 years, and of course hitting around .269 to .270 left-handed is quite an achievement just to have just started to switch hitting.
Here's Lemon. He hit his 9th home run of the year last night, hitting .303.
Note on Bernazard, this is the 6th consecutive game that he has reached base in his first time up.
The 6th straight game that Bernazard has reached base his first time at bat. Boston at Cleveland, California, Texas, New York at Baltimore. Oakland at Kansas City tonight. A lot of magic numbers at 1, including St. Louis at Pittsburgh and Montreal at New York. Montreal can clinch with a victory or a Cardinal loss. Here's a ball bunted down the third base line, but it goes foul. A good idea by Lemon, but the ball trickled foul. He could have walked to first base had he been able to get the ball down.
It was interesting that he would try Hatcher at third base because it's a sort of an unusual position for him, and Lemon took the chance. He dropped and dead the ball very good, but just foul. And Harry, there was no chance at all for anybody to be thrown out at either base.
So Lemon looking at Bobby Winkles now. Pitch out, not going anywhere. 2 balls and a strike.
That was the action pitch with 1-1 count. You got a young left-hander out there, and certainly they thought that the Sox would be in a hit-and-run position, in which they were not, so he's got ball 2 rather than...
Now a curveball makes it ball 3.
Rather than Haven going for the strike. So in other words, the Sox come out ahead on that pitch, Harry, because now he missed with the curveball. Now you got a 3-1 count, which almost indicates an action pitch here.
All right, Brad Havens is ready. 3 balls and a strike. The delivery. Ball 4 is high, and Lemon is on there. Brad Havens is 1-3, lost 6. Final game of the year here tomorrow. We're going to be out in the center field bleachers with all this stuff going on. It certainly will be the final broadcast of this season at any rate. And who knows, maybe the last one. So I'd sure like to see a lot of our friends come out in the bleachers with me on the last day of the year tomorrow afternoon, a 1:15 ball game. Greg Lazinski, the batter, hitting .267, 20 homers and 60 RBIs. Runners at first and second, the pitch way high. That evens the count. A ball and a strike. Lazinski in the cleanup spot. Brad Havens works quickly. The young left-hander delivers, fouled out of play. Into the upper deck on the first base side. The pitch on the way. High pop fly on the infield. Should be easy. Rob Wilfong is there. The infield fly rule's in effect anyway. And Lazinski has popped out. That's 2 away, brings up Wayne Nordhagen.
Harry, that was a good pitch from Haven. He threw a fastball, got to Lazinski to foul it off, came back in the middle of the plate with a changeup. Greg was out in front of that ball just a bit, which caused the pop-up. So it was a major league pitch. And I hate to use the term major league pitch, but in that situation, he had to make that pitch, and he did.
All right, here now is Wayne Nordhagen, batting .312 for the year with 6 homers. He swings a little bouncing ball, fouled down the third base line. 1 strike and nothing. Nordhagen has appeared in 90 games. Been to bat 290 times. No, 199 times, 63 games. So he's played a little more than half the year. 6 homers, 31 runs batted in. Nordhagen digs in. Here's the pitch on the way. Fastball a little bit low. This kid Havens comes right over the top and throws hard. A ball and a strike. Here's the pitch. Into the dirt. Good save by Laudner, the catcher, who's a big guy.
Laudner went to Mizzou, Harry, and fact is we played against him in his last year in college, and of course the first 3 hitters got on base, and he looked at Ted Simmons and said, "Hey, we came to beat you guys," and they almost did.
Here's the pitch swung, and he fouled it back. In other words, he's a competitive young man.
Yeah, we wound up winning the ball game 5-3, but it gave them a great deal of hope and credibility by scoring 3 runs and holding us to only 5. And when you think about a college ball club playing against a big league team.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Now the pitch, here it is. And it's high. Took something off. Ball 3. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Wayne Nordhagen, the runners will be going with the pitch. Now from the belt, the pitch, they go. The runner swung his line drive. Left field base hit. 1 run will score. There's another man going to third. And he is out. The run will count because Bernazard had crossed the plate before Lemon was thrown out from Powell to Hatcher. Lemon was thrown out last night, too, so that's sort of an encore of the same act. But Nordhagen rips a single to left. Now watch this throw. Instead, they pick up the runner coming across the bag, the plate, and it is 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, 1 left. At the end of 1, White Sox taking the lead over Minnesota, 1-0. Harry Caray and Lou Brock. We go to the top of the second, and Dennis Lamp now is out in front, 1-0. Let's watch that play where Chet Lemon is thrown out again on the replay. The ball almost skips by Hoskin Powell. That's probably why he didn't even know he had it. Now here's the throw, and it's a good one.
Harry, I was going to say this kid made the play himself, and Chet Lemon did what he had to do on a hit and run. With 2 outs, you got to go for third base, and he just happened, Powell that is, make a strong throw to third base.
He's a left-handed throw. There goes Chet Lemon. Trotting out to center field now. We have Essien catching today, Lamp pitching. Lamp with a 2.29 earned run average. He's won 7, he's lost 6. He's pitched consistently good. Allman is the shortstop, Bernazard at second, Fisk at first. The third baseman is Laviglio. Kuntz is in right field. Lemon in center, and Nordhagen in left. Here's Lamp getting ready now. Tim Corcoran, left-handed batter. The DH today, the pitch is a fastball outside and high. That's the first pitch he's gotten above the knees. Mickey Hatcher on deck. There's a strike called. Now the pitch. Fastball over the outside corner is strike call. Dennis Lamp has pitched 1-hitters in each league. He had a 1-hitter pitching for the Cubs against San Diego. Earlier in this year, he 1-hitted the Milwaukee Brewers. Here's strike 3 to Corcoran called. Tim Corcoran called out on strikes. That brings up Mickey Hatcher, the third baseman, hitting .253. 3 homers and 36 runs batted in. Here's the pitch to Hatcher, and it's a strike called a beauty. Dennis Lamp, very, very sharp. Now the signal given, the delivery, here it is. Breaking ball a little bit outside. 1 away. Hatcher used to be in the Dodger organization also. Now the pitch. Swung at a high pop fly. Now the third baseman, Laviglio, drops the ball! For an error. Laviglio. Will be charged with an error on that.
Well, he had a tough play. We're looking into the sun, and one of the reasons he does call for this ball. Carlton Fisk, as you know, is playing first base. The third baseman is a take charge individual on the field, and you can see him over the first base side, and he really was taking charge, but he was fighting the sun at the same time. And again, Harry, I believe the reason was that he's going to take charge and allow that catch without having Carlton Fisk to make that decision.
All right, a runner at first base now. 1 out. Here's Gary Ward, hitting .266 for the year. He impresses me as the very best hitter in their lineup. Ward with 3 homers, 25 runs batted in. Hatcher, an aggressive base runner, at first base with 1 out. Now Dennis Lamp from the belt to pitch. Curveball in there, a beauteous strike call. 1 strike and nothing. Now the sign. A lead by Hatcher. The pitch. Bouncing ball might be a double play to Bernazard. Over to Ullman for one. Over to Fairs for two. 4-6-3 and out. And it's no runs, no hits, one error, nobody left. We go to the bottom of the second, and Lamp has faced only 6 men for 2 innings, which is perfection. We go to the bottom of the second, the White Sox lead 1-0. Harry Caray back at Comiskey Park as we go on the bottom of the second inning. We're just looking out into the center field bleachers. Boy, oh more you come out tomorrow when we'll be broadcasting from there. We counted 15 people in the center field bleachers today, not counting the 2 security men and the WGN cameraman. Who's our cameraman out there? Lowell Raymond. Are you lonesome out there, Lowell? Well, if so, this bud's for you. There, I wasn't kidding about the 15 count. Here we go with Carl and Fisk leading it off. Friends, you can get the jump on White Sox tickets for next year. Can call or write for season ticket information now at 924-1000. Or if you want to write, address the Chicago White Sox. 324 West 35th Street, Chicago. The zip code is 60616, and a season ticket representative will be happy to give you all the necessary information. Carlton Fisk, the batter, takes high, ball 3. Get well wishes to Don Harvey at Holy Cross Hospital, and also to Donna Slowick. Fisk batting .261, the pitch. Ball 4, he walked him. Brad Havens is only 21 years old, 6'1", 180. He started in professional baseball in 1978. Boy, oh boy, he was only 18 years old when he broke in with the Quad Cities, where he won 13 and lost 10, had 197 strikeouts in 200 innings. Then the following year, he went to Orlando. There goes a runner. The pitch swung on. A hit and run was on. But Essien lifts a high pop foul, and the first baseman is there, Ken Herbeck, to make the play. Essien with the hit and run on, foul to Herbeck. 1 out. That'll bring up Rusty Kuntz, the right fielder.
Harry, Carlton Fisk got confused a little bit out there because Wilfong gave him the good fake at second base as though the ball was on the ground. But he did a smart thing. Rather than to stand and look at Wilfong, he looked at third base coach Wickles and certainly got back to first base as quick as possible.
Just looking at Havens, last year he pitched in the California League where he struck out 179. So you got to consider him a pretty good prospect. The pitch. Curveball is in there, a strike call. He won't be 22 years old until November the 17th. Now to stretch, the left-hander's pitch. Here it is. Fastball, strike called. Rusty Kuntz, batting .264. Final game of the season tomorrow afternoon. Now from the belt, the pitch. Curve low and inside. 2 strikes and the ball. Oakland at Kansas City play tonight. They're sure to start the playoffs Tuesday in Kansas City. 1 on, 1 out. There's a throw over to first, the runner back. The Cardinals have certainly run into what has been their bugaboo in recent years, lack of pitching. There's a pitch, double play, ball hit to the second baseman, out at second, out at first. Kuntz rolled into a double play. 4-6-3. And it's no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left at the end of 2. The good guys won, Minnesota nothing. Kent Herbeck, a Minneapolis boy, leading it off. First pitch by Dennis Lamp is a fastball sinking low and away. Herbeck with 1 home run this season. That was at Yankee Stadium, and it won a ball game. He's a rookie, just 21 years old. from Minneapolis. Here's the pitch a little bit low, ball 2.
Herbeck certainly hurt us the last time we were in Minneapolis.
Yeah.
He kept swinging a hot bat.
There's another line drive for Herbeck. A base hit in the center field. Remember that when Minnesota scored 4 in the bottom of the 9th to beat the White Sox and complete the 3-game sweep, it was Herbeck who came off the bench and got the game-winning hit with 2 out. Now he starts it off with a line single to center. That'll bring up Tim Laudner, the catcher. Laudner batting .200. 2 homers, 4 runs batted in. Hard to believe, isn't it, that this club would be ahead of the White Sox in the standings? But they are, and they're sure to stay there because they lead the White Sox by 3 games, and there's only 2 left, including today.
Minnesota demonstrated that they have some scrappers on the ball club. You look at second base, Wilfong, and as well as Castino at third base. Pretty good scrappers.
Here's the easy pop fly to center field. Lemon is there. You see where Castino had a operation yesterday, a spinal fusion. They say he definitely will not play next year and maybe never. Isn't that just a crime? What a tragedy. Such a fine young ball player with his career all ahead of him. That's why don't be too tough on ball players when you read about them holding out or negotiating, because their career is a short one. And nobody knows when injury will interrupt it for good. Here is Rob Washington, the shortstop, the pitch. And he swings at a breaking ball and he misses. Ron Washington hitting .211. No homers, 4 runs batted in. Ken Kaiser, the plate umpire. Now the stretch. The pitch on the way. Here it is. Swung, smash, right. Whoa, past Laviglio. There's Allman recovering, throwing to first too late. It'll be a base hit, I'm sure. A hot shot off Laviglio's glove.
Let's take another look at this. This is that slide in the middle of the plate. It's a smash right at Laviglio. The ball took a big hop, and that's one of the reasons it hit off the end of his glove. He was playing it perfectly, and it just took that big hop off the end of his glove. And as you can see, Allman trying to make the throw with a fast guy like Washington. That's no chance at first.
Here's Hoskin Powell, and he swings, and he missed the first pitch. Powell tapped out to Fisk with a pitcher covering to start the ball game. Runners at first and second, 1 out. 1-0 in favor of the White Sox. Top of the 3rd. The pitch to Hoskin Powell. Swings at a terrible pitch, low and outside. And he barely took the ball foul. Powell has 2 homers, 25 RBIs. You know, you go through their starting lineup. Here's a stretch, the pitch, way outside. They only have 1 man who's hit more than 3 home runs, and that's Dave Engel, a rookie who has hit 5. And Engel has only played 80 games. There's a double play ball. Bernazard to Allman for 1 over to first. He saves, the ball gets away from Fisk, and the run's going to score. The umpire had started to call him out, and the ball popped out of Fisk's hands. So the game is tied up. It is not a double play, merely a force play. And Herbeck will score all the way.
Harry, let's take a look at this. One of the reasons this happens, if you watch Bernazard, he gives the ball to Allman at shortstop. And if you watch Washington, he doesn't slide right away. He's still up, which forces the throw into his body. Now, Carlton won't have a chance to see that ball all the way. And he only picks it up by halfway, and that's why that ball sort of really tied him up at first base.
There's an error on the first baseman allowing a run to score.
Hey, if they got... don't tell me they gave an error to Laviglio on that other play. They got 3 errors up. There's a pitch a little bit high. Wilfong, the batter, 1-1 tie. I guess they did. We have a hit by Herbeck.
Okay.
Where's the 3rd error? I can't figure this out. Now the stretch. Here's the pitch. Strike over the outside corner. Where's the second hit? Well, they only got one hit. They gave Laviglio an error on that ball by Washington. Oh, that's a tough error to get. It's a hot shot off his glove. Pitch out, nobody going anywhere. Hoskins Powell safe at first. Well, they almost have the double play had the ball not oozed out of Fisk's glove. But the run scores, makes it an unearned run. Hoskins Powell, the runner at first, 2 out. Rob Wilfong, the hitter. Now Dennis Lamp is ready. 2 balls and a strike. Here's the pitch on the way. Outside, ball 3, and Dave Engel coming up next. 3 balls and a strike. Andy the Clown can be heard and as he parades through the stands. Here's the pitch. Ball 4, he walked it. Laviglio's made 2 errors, one of them a very excusable one. Carlton Fisk was charged with one on the throw that he couldn't hold. And the totals for the White Sox read from left to right as follows. 1, 2, 3. 1 run, 2 hits, 3 errors. Big championship fights. Out at the Horizon in Rosemont tonight. Quick Tillis will try to whip Mike Weaver for the heavyweight title, the World Boxing Association version. Here's Engel to pitch low and outside. And marvelous Marvin Hagler defends his middleweight title on the same card. Now the pitch, here it is. Started a swing. Did he hold up in time? He did. Ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Runners at first and second. The game tied up 1-1. Dave Engel, who bounced out to short his first time. Now the stretch, the delivery. Here it is. Curveball in there, a beauty, a strike call. Detroit is underway at Milwaukee. No score in the first inning. Hoskins Powell playing it safe at second. Likewise, Wilfong at first. Now the pitch to Engel. Swung and he missed. And the count is evened up at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Engel looks like strictly a fastball hitter. He looks like the curveball he went hit with a paddle.
Well, of course, he's sitting on the fastball. He hurt the Sox in Minneapolis on the fastball and
just struck him out on a curveball again.
And he threw him nothing but curveball after that.
So Engel goes down swinging. 1 run, only 1 hit, 2 errors, 2 left. We go to the bottom of the 3rd, tied up 1-1. To lead it off, first pitch is a curveball in there for a strike call. Notre Dame leads Michigan State 14-0 in the first quarter. Now the windup, the pitch, and the curve is in there for a strike call. Indiana out in front of Michigan, 7-0, the middle of first period. George Foster hit his 22nd with 2 on for Cincinnati. Now the sign. Here's a pitch. Did he foul tip or not? This is WGN Television 9, Chicago, America's #1 sports station. Cincinnati leading Atlanta 3-1 in the second inning on George Foster's 22nd home run. Here's the pitch, swung and missed, and Bill Allman goes down swinging. 1 away. Cardinals now lead at Pittsburgh 4-0. There's a pitch, foul back. Montreal's going to have to lose 2, and the Cardinals are going to have to win 2 for the Cardinals to win that thing. So Montreal's magic number is 1. Here's the pitch now to Laviglio, and it's a little bit inside. Now the pitch, here it is. He bunts towards the second baseman. Wilfong in fast. Can't make a play. Base hit. Laviglio pushed the bunt towards the second baseman and beat it out as Wilfong could not make the barehanded pickup.
Let's take another look at this. Yeah, as you can see, Haven falling off to third base, and Wilfong had enough time to pick this ball off the glove. He did not realize it, and of course he went for it barehanded. That's why he missed this ball, but he had a lot of time. That ball was bunted pretty hard.
So here is Tony Bernazard now. Now the throw to first. The runner back. There's the stretch. The pitch. The ball bunted, foul down the third baseline. Yale is leading Navy in college football, 16-12 at the end of the 3 periods. Designers of the 6th finalist are here today, and the fans selected uniform number 2, designed by Richard Launius of Dayton, Ohio. Uniform number 1 was designed by Bruce Johnson of Chicago. The winning design, number 2, by Richard Launius of Dayton, Ohio. There's the throw to first. Number 3 uniform was designed by Scott Barrows from Dallas, Texas. The number 4 uniform was Edward Supay of Chicago. The number 5 was by Michael Lewis of Chicago. There's a runner picked off first base, trying to go to second. He is cut down from Havens to Herbeck to Washington. 1, 3, 6. And uniform number 6 was designed by William Klages, Klages of Chicago. With the help of the White Sox accounting firm Ernst & Whinney, the official winner of the uniform campaign was uniform number 2, designed by Richard Launius of Dayton, Ohio. Eddie Einhorn, president of the White Sox, presented a copy of the uniform as modeled during the weeks of voting to each finalist designer as a memento of the uniform campaign. Here's a ground ball hit by Bernazard right to the first baseman, Herbeck. Fields it, steps on the bag, easy out to retire the side. No runs. 1 hit, no errors. Nobody left. This is Harry Caray moving over to the radio. The score at the end of 3, tied up 1-1.
Hello again, everybody. Joe McConnell along with Lou Brock on a sunny but chilly day here at Comiskey Park as we move into the 4th inning. There's a look at the line score. A 1-1 tie, but the big number on there is the 3 errors against the White Sox. And so far, Lou, the experiment trying Carlton Fisk at first base has not paid off.
Well, of course, he had a very tough play on the double play, simply because Washington, the runner, stood up a long time before he started to slide. And because of that, Carlton lost sight of the ball, and the ball sort of handcuffed him at first base.
All right, we move to the top of the 4th inning. For the Twins, the first pitch outside a ball. It's Timmy Corcoran leading it off. The run against Denny Lamp is unearned. Ball 2. There's a base hit, right center field, past Tony Bernazard. That's hit number 2 for the Twins. And as they did in the 3rd inning, they get the leadoff man on with a base hit. Corcoran had struck out the first time, Lou.
Yeah, Corcoran had struck out on a ball up, one of the few times that Dennis Lamp did get the ball up. That time he was up there watching the ball all the way, and he got a pitch up that he could handle, and he slammed it in center field for a base hit.
One on, nobody out. Here's Mickey Hatcher, former Dodger. Came over to the Twins in the Kenny Landreau trade. There's the knee-high strike. Hatcher still trying to find a position. He has played a lot at center field this year. They had him at first base last night. He's back at the hot corner at third today, and that was the position he had coming up in the Dodger organization. There was a lot of talk that he might replace Ronnie Say. Pitch inside, a ball, 1-1.
Well, Ron Say is probably the last Dodger third baseman to come up and stay a long time. As you know, Garvey was there and quite a few other names. At least 70 other players had tried third base before Ron Say.
Ball 2, just off the corner.
And Hatcher was another name thrown in there.
Well, they've tried to retire Say for about 5 years, and each year he comes back and hits his usual 15 homers, drives in about 80 runs.
Yep. But here's a guy who can play a lot of positions. First base, third base, all the position in the outfield. I would imagine the only position he has not tried has been behind the plate.
2 balls and a strike. There's that sinker hit hard on the ground. It runs right up Allman's arm and drops right in front of him. Boy, the White Sox are having all kinds of trouble today. That ball was hit sharply, and Allman had to reach down backhanded, and the ball hit the heel of his glove and ran right up his arm.
Sure, on this play, he had a lot more time than he thought he did. He got to the ball very quickly, and he reached down for the backhanded throw, and I thought he was trying to come up and throw at the same time. He had a lot more time than he thought he had.
Well, they're going to give Hatcher a hit there.
When that ball bounces above your head and you got to look for it, there's an empty feeling out there. You have no idea where the ball is. Nobody can yell says above you. You have to wait until the ball falls, as you saw Bill spinning around trying to find the ball.
So the Twins have runners at first and second. Nobody out. Here's Gary Ward. One hopper right back to the mound. Lamp goes to third for one. Across the diamond, they get the double play. Lamp was a bit indecisive at first. He didn't know whether to go to third or to second, and that cost him some valuable time, but they still managed to pull off the 1-5-3 double play, and there's a runner at second.
That's the hard way. Very rarely do you see a double play made in that fashion. You get the lead run after Lamp could not decide where to throw the ball. He suddenly decided he would chop down the lead run, and Laviglio did a great thing at the time. He did not think. He just whirling through the first base in time to get a guy like Ward.
So they're 2 out. Ward now is hit into 2 double plays. Low and away, ball 1 to Herbig, who singled and scored in that third inning. That is the 111th double play turned in by the White Sox this year. Lamp feels that position pretty well. He has helped his own cause several times this year. Ball 2. 2 out. Hatcher is on at second. The unusual 1-5-3 double play. There's a pitch out. Apparently they're going to put him on now. Yeah, they're going to walk him.
This kid been a sort of a hard hitter against the Sox, and in a sense he's been a killer because every time he swings the bat is a line drive on it. And the Sox taking no chances with 2 out and a man on second.
Rather pitch
tied ball game.
Yep. Second walk issued by Denny. Laudner flied to center his first time up. His only hit this year against the White Sox was a misjudged line drive by LaFleur last night for a double. So they've handled him pretty well. Ball 1 the count. 2 on, 2 out. A ball and a strike. The pitch was down and away from Laudner, who fanned 3 times last night before he lined that ball in the 9th inning over LaFleur's head. Ronnie came in on it.
Well, Laudner's a big guy. He's an aggressive hitter, and it's very rarely do you see a man that big, that aggressive at the plate.
Ball 2.
And that's one of the reasons, Joe, he will strike out a great deal.
Well, and you don't want to get careless with him because he hit 42 home runs down in Orlando, and that set the Southern League record for a year. He's hit 2 since he joined the parent club. There's a swing and a miss. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Well, he doesn't get cheated at the plate.
2 balls and 2 strikes to Timmy Laudner, a graduate at the University of Missouri, and still makes his home in Columbia, although he's from Mason City, Iowa originally. We're in the top of the 4th inning. 2 on and 2 out for the Twins. He got him. Strike 3. Tried to check his swing, and that pitch down and away, and that's 3 strikeouts for Lamp, so he got out of that 4th inning jam without any trouble. No runs, 2 hits. Big double play, an intentional walk, and 2 men left. There's a look at our score. Midway through the 4th, the White Sox won, the Twins won. Well, we go to the bottom of the 4th. This hasn't exactly been a Mona Lisa today, but we're all even on 1 apiece, despite 3 errors and a couple of more mistakes for the White Sox. Talking between innings, Lou, Denny's got to wonder how many outs he's got to register today to get a complete game victory here this afternoon. They've already given him about 4 extras.
Well, of course, one of the reasons I believe that the Sox are a little tight is simply because they recognize the fact that Lamp does have a chance to win the ERA title. And you want to make every play, you want to make it swell, you want to make it crisp and sharp. And because of that effort, a mental effort, you have a tendency physically not to be able to pull that off.
Chet Lemon will lead it off. He'll be followed by Luzinski and Nordhagen. Chet walked in the 1st inning and was thrown out, trying to leg it in the 3rd on Nordhagen's run-scoring single. High and away, ball 1. Havens has walked 2 and struck out 1. Giving the Sox 3 hits and 1 run earned. Ball 2. No, the only runoff Lamp is unearned, so Denny's ERA at 2.29 coming in today has not suffered as of yet. Ball 3, fastball high. Havens, who has had a good strikeout walk ratio in his 73 previous innings pitched, has been behind most of the batters today.
Yeah, he has, and of course, one of the reasons, Joe, he's missing with the fastball. As you can see, he's pitching to Lemon. He has not come close to the plate on the fastball, but the breaking ball, he has gotten over well today in really crucial situations.
Well, he just walked his 3rd batter, the 2nd straight pass issued to Chet Lemon. His fastball has been high. Now, here's the bull, Greg Luzinski, who popped up to the 2nd baseman, Will Fong, his first time up. 1-1. We're even here in the bottom of the 4th inning. White Sox trying to stay above the 500 mark for the entire year. They're 52-52. They were 9 over when the season was halted on the 11th of June, and they are 9 under here in the 2nd half. And most of the disappointments have been here at home. And they call a balk on Havens. Havens balked, and Chet Lemon saw it right away, and so did Dallas Parks, and so Chet is awarded 2nd base.
Well, of course, when Laviglio got picked off, he had that big kick. As you can see here, it's a borderline here. I thought he stepped straight at first base, although I'm sitting at a different angle. But the fact is that he gave a head fake, and might have been one of the reasons that it appeared that he stepped towards home plate.
There's a ball inside to the bull. Ball 1. The Sox have a chance to regain the lead now with a leadoff walk and a balk, moving Chet into scoring position at 2nd base with nobody out. There's that curve, and it's over at the knees for a called strike. 1-1 the count.
Joe, I like this kid, Haven Gutness, of throwing to first base. He really kicked that leg out there, and he gave it a vicious kick and deliver the balls over there.
Swinging strike 2 on Luzinski. 1-2 the count. Havens had a great first year in the Angels organization, Class A, and of course he was involved along with Dave Engel, their right fielder, and Kenny Landreau, all coming to the Twins for Rod Carew, and so that Carew deal could play a lot of dividends for Calvin Griffith in the years to come, because Havens and Engel are just beginning their major league careers. The count is 2-2. Hatcher, of course, was obtained in the Landreau deal, and he's at 3rd base today. It's funny how you go about building a ball club sometimes. 2-2 pitch. High squib foul down the right field side. Drops into foul territory out by the Twins bullpen. Luzinski got that one right off the end of his stick. The count rides at ball 2 and strike 2.
Well, the first time up, Havens got him on that off-speed pitch, and Luzinski popped it up to second base. That time he was waiting a bit longer, and I really thought he had a lot of that ball, but he got it right off the end of the bat and popped it down the line. So the Bull was aware of the fact that now he does have a good off-speed pitch.
Havens, a native of Highland Park, Michigan. Just 21 years old. 2-2 pitch. Deep drive, left field, way back, it is upper deck! A 2-run homer by the Bull, who yanked the curveball into about the third row of the upper deck, his 21st home run of the year, and the Sox have a 3-1 lead.
Joe, those are the things you cannot do to a guy like Luzinski. He fouled off that off-speed pitch down the right line. He came back with that off-speed pitch up. As I said, Luzinski was looking for, was aware of it, and he just drilled it all the way up the upper deck.
62 runs batted in for the Bull, and his 21st homer ties him with Gorman Thomas and Tony Armas, one behind Bobby Gretsch, who hit his 22nd last night to lead the league. So Luzinski will still have a shot at that American League home run crown going into the final day of the season. Here's Nordhagen now. Strike at the outside corner. Nordy single. Well, there's a belated boom from the scoreboard. Nordhagen singled in the first run of the ball game in the first inning off Havens.
Yeah, Nordy really rifled a ball out in left field.
A hard one hopper hit to the shortstop Washington, who throws him out, and that's the first out of the inning.
Nordy swing the bat real well for a big man. He goes up there too, Joe. He doesn't get cheated on a swing. Sometimes a big guy will have a tendency to set on a pitch, but not Nordy. He doesn't set on a pitch at all. He just let go.
Well, if you look at the 78 times that Luzinski has struck out this year, many of them have been on check swings or called third strikes. He's looking for a certain pitch to hit, and many times he's gone up there and gone back down with the bat on his shoulder. One out, 2 runs are in on a leadoff walk to Chet Lemon and an upper decker by Greg Luzinski here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Sox have a 3-1 lead. Fisk, who walked the first time up, now facing Havens. Pops a foul, coming back, and it's going to land on the roof right on top of us here. That is the 75th home run hit by the White Sox this year, and that is the Bulls' 100th hit of the year. Bernazard, who has singled in this ball game, he and Allman each share the club lead in hits now with 104. Ball 1 and strike 1 to Carlton Fisk. Curve just a bit low. Ball 2 and strike 1. Well, we're due to have some fun against this ball club. Twins have beaten us 4 straight, 3 by a run and 1 by a 2-run margin.
That's when they make it tough. And the fact is, you can stay close to a ball club like the Twins, and yet they do that little extra thing that causes them to win. Today they picked up a run on an error to stay close to you. And simply those kinds of little things, Joe, cause them to stay very close. And they put any offense together at all, they can beat you.
2-2 the count to Fisk. Pops one up into shallow left. Washington turned the wrong way on it, but he catches up with it for the out. Well, the secret to beating the Twins is not allow the starting pitchers to stay in past the 5th inning, because their number 1 pitcher and really the savior of this franchise is Doug Corbett, and Corbett has gotten 3 saves out of the 4 wins over the White Sox, including 1 last night. You get into the 7th and 8th inning, then this club is going to be very, very tough, because Corbett is one of the finest relievers in the game. Here's Essien, and he looks at a slow hook for a called strike. Jimmy fouled out his first time up to the first baseman, Herbig.
That's been one of the biggest changes in baseball. The specialist out of the bullpen, the man who could come in and could very well be your number 1 pitcher nowadays, and he can very well stop a ball club from the big rallies.
The 1-1 pitch to Essie. Swing and a foul tip. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Lazinski's 2-run homer here in the 4th has given the Sox and Denny Lamp a 3-1 lead. 1-2 pitch. Struck him out on a curve, and that's 2 strikeouts for Havens. But the Sox come up with 2 runs on 1 hit. That upper deck blast by Lazinski, his 21st homer of the year. After 4 at Comiskey Park in Chicago, the Sox 3 and the Minnesota Twins 1. 3-1 Sox as we go to the top of the 5th. Ron Washington, the number 9 hitter. The shortstop for the Twins will lead it off. He'll be followed by Hoskin Powell and Rob Wilfong. Swing and a miss, 0-1. Washington reached on Laviglio's error the first time up. He had a sharp 1-hopper that got through Laviglio's glove. Line drive right field. Nordhagen moving over, and he makes the catch. 1 out. Nordy got a good jump on that ball. Or make that Rusty Kuntz, I'm sorry.
Yes, he did. Washington got a good wood on that ball. It sort of faded back to him. And anytime a right-hand hitter slices the ball to right field, it goes back to the line no matter what part of the right field he hit it to. And that's one of the reasons Kuntz got there and was able to make the catch with ease.
Rusty in the lineup today hasn't had a chance to play a whole lot. And they've moved Nordhagen to left. Pitch outside, a ball to Powell, who was bounced out and reached when Carlton Fisk dropped a relay throw from Allman at first base when Powell was about to be called out on the tail end of a double play attempt. He hits that one deep down the right field line. No chance to catch that one. A fair ball right on the line. Oh, they're going to call it a foul. Boy, let's take another look at that. That looked like it bounced right on the chalk mark. That ball couldn't have been fouled by more than several inches.
Well, the umpire, Dallas Parks, were down the line, and you're right. It probably only went foul no more. Let's see, can we see it down there, Joe? Because if it gone foul at all, it had to be no more than 3 or 4 inches. There's the ball in flight, and
it looked to me like it landed right on the chalk, even in the replay. There's a high fly to left field. Nordhagen racing back, having trouble, and he one-hands it near the wall. Boy, he staggered all over the place. He had to battle the sun. The ball was hit deeper than he had thought, and he went back and somehow managed to get the glove on it 1 step from the fence. Attaboy, Nordy.
Let's take another look at it. As you can see the twisting of the body here. That ball, again, is fading away from him by the left-hand hitter. It goes back towards the line, and Nordy stays with the ball. He does not, Joe, shy away from the wall, and that's one of the reasons he was able to stay with that ball to make the catch.
Had it all the way.
Now, if he had feared that wall at all, there's no way he would have made the other step.
Wilfong trying to butt his way aboard. Takes a strike and now bunts 1 foul. Now it's 0-2. 2 years ago, Wilfong had 22 bunt singles, which enabled him to hit .312 on the year. He's an excellent butter. He's tried a couple of times today without success. 0-2 the count. 2 out, nobody on. We've had a couple of adventures in this inning. A ball and 2 strikes. Boy, Powell got a couple of good rips with nothing to show for it. Ball 2, strike 2. He just missed by an inch or so of doubling down the right field line, then hit one deep to left at Nordhagen. One-handed, 1 step from the wall after it looked like he wasn't, frankly, going to make the catch. Ground ball in the hole. Fisk knocks it down. Scrambling, flips to Lamp covering, and despite the head-first dive, they get the out at first base.
Well, Wilfong helped out a little bit by diving to first base. He had a pretty good chance of beating Lamp over there. Carlton Fisk really knocks this ball down and does scramble to his feet to underhanded throw, Joe, and he could have given to it overhanded, but it turned out to be a good play.
3-1 the put out, and all 3 balls were hit hard. So the Twins are gone in the 5th. We've reached the halfway point here. I don't know why in the world a runner will try to slide to first base, because he's going to lose a half a step every time. After 4.5, White Sox 3, Twins 1. Well, we go to the home half of the 5th inning. Sox with a 3-1 lead, 2-run lead. And it'll be Rusty Kuntz to be followed by Bill Allman and Jay Laviglio against the left-hander Brad Havens. Rusty takes a pitch low for a ball. He bounced into a second, the short to first double play his first time up. Hits a one-hopper to the shortstop, Washington, who guns him out. One down. Here's Bill Allman, who struck out his first time up, and he's now hitting an even 300 for the year. Boy, you got to believe he wants this 300 season so bad he can taste it.
Well, he most certainly can, and Haven did a fine job pitching to him the first time up. He gave him a great deal of breaking balls, sturdy dives of him, and then he throws a high fastball by letter high with a lot of zip on it, and Bill swung right through it.
Fouls this one back. Well, I know Tony would love to see him get it. We had talked about it earlier in the week. If he's hitting an even 300 going into the ball game tomorrow, he would probably take Allman out of the lineup, not wanting to put that additional pressure on him. The ball inside, 1-1. He mentioned that he had a possibility of hitting 300 in Double-A ball when he was in the minor leagues, and the manager put him in the lineup, and he worried about it all day. Went 0 for 4 and wound up hitting 296 and was just sick for about 2 weeks after that. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Well, bad news for Boilermaker fans. They can beat the non-conference teams like Stanford and Notre Dame, but they lost to Wisconsin today up in Madison, 20-14. The Badgers win it. Ball 2, strike 2 to Allman. That was a 0-0 ball game at the half. Wisconsin beats Purdue, 20-14. Foul tip. Allman really fooled on that off-speed breaking ball. Just got a piece of it. Still 2-2.
He turned his head away from that ball. It started like a fastball in the middle of the plate, and Bill really snapped his head to try to get the head of that bat on that ball, and he pulled off that ball rather than stand with it.
Foul ball. Nice grab by a young fan sitting in the first row just beyond the Sox third base dugout. 1 out, nobody on. Home half of the 5th. Sox leading 3-1. Right-hander has been up and throwing in the Twins bullpen. There's a hit to left field for Bill Allman. That'll put a couple of points on that batting average. Solid single to left. Attaboy, Billy. Hit number 5.
Joe, he battled his way that time. He did not miss that breaking ball. He got it back in the middle of the plate, and this time he does not pull away from that ball and lines it out there for a base hit. And that's a big break for him because Lamp is going for the ERA title. Certainly Tony La Russa is certainly one of his best lineup in there, and again, that's why Bill is playing today.
Well, Allman now is hitting .302 with 1 hit and 2 tries today. Here's Laviglio, who's flied to center and got a drag bunt single the last time up. Popped up. Laudner coming back. He's in the shadows, and he takes it. 2 out. Well, that ball was hit a mile in the air straight up, and there goes Allman to second after the catch, and he's in sliding. Boy, some alert base running there. Laudner went back to almost the base of the screen, and they didn't expect Allman to break, but he tagged up and went after that pop-up was caught, and he caught everybody off guard.
This is Laudner here, and one of the things that happened on this play, and which made this play, Herbeck came in from first base and left it vacated. Bill did a smart thing on a foul ball. You should always be on the base tagging up. And there was no first baseman around to keep him close, and once he got a third of the way, it's just a matter between a hard throw from the catcher from that position, or from that distance, I should say, to second base. It's a foot race.
So now, Allman is in scoring position for Tony Bernazard. Swings and misses. Bernazard has singled and scored and bounced out to Herbeck at first, so he's 1 for 2 today. 3-1, Sox leading here in the bottom of the 5th. Bernazard tries to bunt. 2 strikes. Boy, they have tried to bunt on Hatcher all day.
Well, they know the fact that he is at a new position, and you got to try him out. You got to drop those balls down the line, but one thing's been in his favor. The Sox have not been able to drop the ball on the line at all.
That's true. And he's out of there. Called 3rd strike, and that's 3 strikeouts for Havens. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left after 5 here in Chicago. The White Sox 3 and the Twins 1. A great show, Saturday Night Live, and you can see it here on Channel 9. Say, are you having a birthday, anniversary, store opening, or any special occasion? Well, Ribby and Rhubarb, the Sox mascots, would love to celebrate it with you and are available for special appearances all year long. Call now for information at 951-5353. Ribby and Rhubarb can be with you to make any occasion a huge success. In the top of the sixth, it'll be the heart of the Twins batting order. Engel, Corcoran, and Hatcher to face Denny Lamp. Pitch inside. A delayed call by Kent Kaiser, a strike. Engel has bounced out and struck out in 2 trips against Dennis. Sox have out hit the Twins 5-3 and lead it 3-1. There's a pitch into the dirt, 1-1 the count. There's a drive to center, and it's going to fall for a hit. So Engel leads off the 6th inning with a base hit, the 4th knock off Lamp. And that'll bring up Corcoran, who has struck out and singled in 2 trips.
Well, Dennis tried to get a fastball past Engel. He got him with the curveball and the slider. He'd been working on him with the curveball and slider, and that time he got a fastball in the middle of the plate, and the big guy didn't even swing hard, Joe. It's just sort of slapped it over the infield.
I tell you, I like what I've seen of Engel. Corcoran, the batter. A bit low, ball 1. Ball 2, down low. Lamp should have a 3-run lead right now. Now Essien walks out in front of home plate.
Well, I think Dennis was pitching a little too fine there. He'd been trying to, especially to Corcoran, he's thrown that ball off the plate down and away and really didn't have a lot on it. He was trying to aim that ball. So Essien goes out and does the right thing to tell him to throw the ball.
He did, and a swing and a miss on a slider down and in. Well, maybe the Sox can turn their 3rd double play of the ball game. The big one was that 1-5-3 double play, unusual as it was, in the 4th inning after the Twins had put the first 2 men on base. Strike 2. That time he popped the fastball over the outside edge.
Yeah, he began to let the ball go again. If he was trying to make that ball do too much for him, he was aiming it for the outside corner. That pitch, he actually threw the ball on the outside corner.
One change in Corcoran. He's grown a stash down in Evansville. 2 balls, 2 strikes. He was clean shaven when he was with the Tigers. Low, full count. Ball 3 and strike 2. Courtesy call over at first, just to let Engel know that he hadn't forgotten about him.
Now here's a tough situation to be in. You got a 3-2 count here, and you got to make this guy swing the bat. He's not a home run hitter, has not hit a home run all year.
Runner's going. Ball 4, he walked him, and that's the 3rd pass off Dennis Lamp. And once again, the Twins have 2 men on with nobody out, and pitching coach Ron Schuler is going to pay a visit to the mound.
Even on that pitch, Joe, you want him to, Lamp that is, to throw that ball right in the middle of the plate, make it sink away. He got too fine with it, threw it in the dirt on the sinker ball, and certainly brought out Schuler to talk to him, because the last inning he did not throw that ball that well either.
Sox are going to get Lamar Hoyt and Kevin Hickey up and throwing in the pen. Hickey, the left-hander, Hoyt, the big right-hander. We're in the 6th inning. The Sox leading 3-1 here. The 1 run the Twins have scored off Lamp is unearned. There's a look at the Sox bullpen down in the left field corner. Well, it looks like Britt Burns will be given the ball in the final assignment of the year tomorrow. Tony had toyed with the idea of letting Kevin Hickey get a start. He would love to see the youngster come up with a major league victory. 2 on, nobody out. Here's Hatcher, who's reached on an error and an infield hit and ran up Allman's arm. So he's been on base both times. He's going to bunt. The pitch gets away from Essien, but it's a foul. So the runners will have to go back. I
think you indicate there was no foul tip. You got to break.
I guess it is a pass ball.
Yeah, Cochran.
Yeah, Corcoran thought it was a foul.
Yeah.
Actually, all Kaiser was signaling was that it was a strike. So now the Twins have runners at the corners at first and third with nobody out, and it could have been worse. You're right. Corcoran should have gone to second. You can always come back.
Right.
In a case like that, run. Line drive ripped to left field. The run will score. Now it's a one-run ball game. Corcoran's going to try to go to third. Nordhagen's got a cannon, but he's way off the bag, and runners at second and third. Nobody out. Bad throw by Nordhagen. And now it's a one-run ball game, and the Twins have the tying and lead runs in scoring position with nobody out, and that run is earned.
Sure, here's the reason again why the Twins are where they are. They're making their own breaks. Here's a line shot over the head of Laviglio, and Nordhagen gets over here, and Nordhagen gets off a fine throw. He got a gun, and yet Cochran challenged that throw, and he doesn't make that throw. And that's one of the reasons the second and third in one way, nobody out in that play.
And there's a hit to center, and the Twins are going to take the lead. Corcoran scoring the tying run. Here comes a throw to the plate, and they hold up. Hatcher at third, so it's tied at 3-3. Still nobody out. Carl Keel, the third base coach, put the brakes on Mickey Hatcher. And so now we're tied and still nobody out, and suddenly Lamp has lost it all here in the sixth inning. A single, a walk, and two straight singles with a pass ball thrown in there, and the Twins have runners at first and third. 2 runs are in, nobody out.
Joe, the Twins, as I said earlier, made a charge at Dennis Lamp in inning number 5. They hit the ball on the button in that inning. Come right back in the 6th inning. They're swinging the bat and they're jumping all over Dennis.
Here comes Tony. That's going to be it. I'll tell you that Gary Ward has worn our pitching staff out. Now, he bounced into 2 double plays earlier, but he jumped on the first pitch there to drive in the run. And he has 8 hits and 14 at-bats this season against the Sox. They're calling in Kevin Hickey, the left-hander, to face Kent Herbeck, a left-handed hitting first baseman, who is the next man up.
Well, Lamp got the ball up, and once he started getting the ball up into the eyes of these hitters, the Twins began to jump on that pitch. And the fastball and the sinker ball down, they was taking it. It was a borderline pitch in the last 2 innings. And consequently, they were able to go ahead, at least get all their runners on base.
Lamp gets a nice hand from the small crowd here. He has done a sensational job for the White Sox since they traded for him in spring training, giving up the left-hander Kenny Kravick. Lamp's ERA was 2.29 coming in. He will not be the earned run champion of the American League, but he certainly is with the White Sox this year. He leaves having allowed 3 runs, 2 earned. And this is one of the earliest he has been retired in the last month. He has gone about 7 straight games pitching into the 7th inning. Kevin Hickey is 0-2 on the year, but he has earned 3 saves. This will be his 40th appearance, all in relief with a 3.95 ERA. The young left-hander is from Brighton Park, which is right near Comiskey Park here in Chicago. There's a look at his yearly stats. Well, he's got a tough chore ahead of him now. The Lamp worked 5+ innings. Well, our congratulations to Maria Breen, the young daughter of Sox treasurer Leo Breen, who was named the homecoming queen at Palatine High School. Very nice.
Very nice.
You could tell Denny didn't have that fine edge of control today, which has marked most of his performances. He struck out 3, walked 3, and gave up the 6 hits. So now, Essien and Hickey are going to go over some things. Twins are in an enviable position right now because they can do just about anything they want.
Well, of course, one of the reasons he's talking to him here, he does not want Herbeck to hit this fastball. You want to set up that fastball. You would like to get that ball inside all the way with the fastball, break the curveball away, and the curveball or the slider. Essien would probably have some problem with because you want it down. And because you want it down, runners at first and third, you try to get that ground ball out of this play, out of that pitch.
I don't think they're going to be bunting here. Herbeck has singled and scored and been walked intentionally, so he is 1 for 1. Runners at first and third, nobody out. He's swinging away, and it's a high, lazy fly ball. Left center field. Nordhagen is going to take it. He charges in. He makes the catch. Here comes the throw, and the runner's home while the runner moves to second. Smart move there. They bluffed the break. Hatcher started down the line and then pulled up and went back, and Gary Ward, seeing the throw coming into home plate, scampered to second. So the run doesn't score, but the Twins advance the runner anyway.
Yes, they do, and of course he threw the slider away from him. Nordhagen came in with the strongest arm. You can see him calling away from Chet Lemon, and he makes his throw here, and this is, again, right here, Joe, the cutoff man in this case happened to be Carlton Fisk at first base, which allows the runner to come back and take any kind of lead he wants to. But he is the cutoff man in that situation, but he's new to the position.
They're throwing to first, asking for the appeal. It's denied by Dallas Parks. So Ward did indeed wait long enough. Timmy Laudner, the catcher, has flied to center and struck out against the starter, Denny Lamp. Now, he has fanned 4 times in this series, and I believe they're going to walk him to load the bases. They are.
Yeah, you got to go for the double play here in the situation, at least the force out at the plate. You got the score tied 3-3. Strong hitter like Laudner up there. You really don't want to take a chance with him.
They're going to load the bases to pitch to the shortstop, Ron Washington. That'll be the first walk-off Hickey, and of course it is an intentional pass.
Joe, going back to that throw from Nordy into the infield there, you got Carlton Fisk at first base, who becomes the cutoff man in that situation. And one of the problems with a catcher going out for the first time is that he set up a little too close to home plate, and that's which allowed, I believe, Ward to get into second base.
All right, the infield is playing up halfway. They'd like to turn a double play. The only problem is Washington's got pretty good foot speed going down the line. Now, Hickey faced him last night and retired him in a clutch situation, so they're going to let Hickey face the right-handed hitting Washington here. He goes after the first pitch. Oh, Hickey deflects the ball, and the run is going to score. The bases remain loaded. Well, there's a case where if Hickey lets the ball go, they get the double play. But he tried to field it, which is what you should do, and he couldn't make the play, and all he did was deflect it away from Allman, who was breaking near the bag. Boy, what a tough break that was. That would have gotten him out of the inning.
Yes, it would, but this is instinct. You got to go up for the ball, and Hickey knows fully well if he catches this ball, he got a chance for the play at the plate. He kicks off his heel of his glove. He doesn't know that ball at Allman is that close to second base, and Allman has to retrace his steps in order to retrieve the ball to keep the other man from scoring.
That puts the Twins on top now, 4-3. Here's Powell fouling one back. That would have been an easy double play because Allman, gliding near the bag, would have fielded the ball, took about 2 steps, and then threw to first. Would have had the easy double play, 6-3. But Hickey, reacting as every player would, was thinking, of course, of first coming to home to make sure you get the force play. 0-1 the count to Powell. 0 for 3, although he's hit the ball well. There's a pitch inside and low, a ball and a strike. 3 runs are in. That, of course, is charged to Lamp. Twins now have a 4-3 lead here in the 6th.
And they're still threatening.
They sure are. Bases loaded. Ball 2. There's only 1 out. Well, that was a big break for the Twins there. Because ordinarily on a play like that, Sox get at least 1 out. As it turned out, they didn't get an out either, anywhere. Let's see if they can get 2 now. Bernazard to Allman for 1. On to first. They got it. They got the double play 1 batter later. But the lead run is scored. 3 runs on 4 hits. There were a couple of walks. 2 men are left. Work to do here at Comiskey Park as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning. The Twins now have taken the lead. There's a 3rd double play of the day and the 112th of the year for the White Sox. The score now, the Twins 4, the White Sox 3. To the home half of the 6th inning. Brad Havens now has been lifted. And Bob Veselak has come on now to pitch for the Twins here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Havens now has a chance to pick up his 4th Major League victory. The Twins rallying for 3 runs off Denny Lamp. Bob Veselak is 1-0, and that victory was against the White Sox. when the Twins rallied for 4 runs in the 9th inning to sweep the 3rd game of that series, 7-6 up at the Met. He has a 2.84 ERA. This is only his 5th appearance of the year. He's worked 19 innings, given up 20 hits, 6 runs. Havens worked 5 innings, gave up 3 runs, all earned on 5 hits, struck out 3, walked 3. Lemon, Luzinski, and Nordhagen, the meat of the order to face Veselik here in the home half of the 6th inning. Chet has walked twice and scored a run. The ball outside, ball 1.
Well, the Sox got a pretty good man to lead off this inning. Chet is certainly a scrapper, so to speak, in terms of a ball player. He was trying to fight his way on here to get something started.
Ball 2. Four to 3, Twins lead it. 3 of the 4 runs off Lamp were earned, and he could be the loser unless the White Sox battle back. Fastball inside, ball 3. Chet 1 pitch away from picking up his 3rd straight base on balls today.
He's very selective. When you're in a hot streak, you become selected, and there's Big Luzinski on deck.
There's a strike, 3-1.
And when you're selecting, in this case, you really hit the pitches you want to hit in Chet's case.
3-1 to leadoff batter Chet Lemon. Home half of the 6th inning. Ball 4, he walked him. Well, that's the way to start it off. The Sox have been given 4 walks today, and Chet has 3 of them.
Oh, that, Joe, each time that Chet has walked in this ball game, he has come around to score. And let's see whether history repeats itself.
Well, the Bull upper decked one the last time against the left-hander Havens, his 21st of the year. That's accounted for 2 of the Sox 3 runs. There's a knee-high fastball strike from Veselik. Twins about hit the White Sox 7-5. The Sox have committed 3 errors today and botched up a couple of other plays. There's a look at Lemon taking his lead at first. Sliced foul, upper deck, first base side. Hits the back of the upper deck. 2 strikes to count. Right-hander Bob Veselik on the hill. 6-footer, 182 from Pittsburgh. There's a fly ball, right field. Engel moving over. 1 out.
Veselik made a nice pitch to Luzinski that time. He threw the slider away. Greg knew it was a strike. He stuck the bat out there, drove it to right field. He really didn't have a good cut at it, but he was trying to protect the plate and hopefully that the ball would just jump off the bat, fall in it for a hit.
Well, the Twins aren't taking any chances. They've got a right-hander and a left-hander heating up in the pen. Here's Nordhagen. Of course, the Twins would like to finish 3rd, at least in the second half of the year, even though they got the worst overall record on the season in the West. You believe it? They're 41-66 for the year, but they're only 3 under for the second half at 24-27. And Gardner's done a good job with this club the last 52 or 3 games of the year. Another throw over there.
Chet has a big lead at first base, and he's always gotten a big lead. And it's a good area of the diamond in terms of the territorial rights at first base to take off from.
Boy, he bluffed a break to second there and goes back. Ball 1 low to Nordhagen.
And what he did there, Joe, is very effective against catchers because you're asking a catcher to bring his body up to meet that challenge, and there's no throw, and you keep him jumping up and down back of the plate, and that's one of the ways of defeating a catcher.
There's a slider strike on the outside corner, 1-1 to Nordhagen. The right-hander, side armor down in the Twins bullpen, is John Verhoeven. The left-hander is O'Connor, I believe. Ground ball to the shortstop. Washington flips to Wilfong for 1. On to first, a double play, and the inning is over. Lou, before I get away, I'd like to extend to you and the people of WGN, including Dick Flanders, my appreciation for being able to work with you this year.
Sure, it's been my pleasure. And, of course, I thank the White Sox for the opportunity to get a chance to work with you and Harry and all the guys here who has been on the broadcast team.
All right, at the end of 6 here at Comiskey Park, the score, the Twins 4, the White Sox 3.
Harry Caray and Lou Brock as we go into the top of the 7th. The Twins are leading 4-3. Leading it off here for the Twins will be Wilfong. Kevin Hickey now is in a ball game in a situation where he could score his first major league victory. He is 0-2 for the season. He's had 3 saves. Several times he's been in a spot where he's left the game with his team taking the lead in a situation where if his relief had held, he would have picked up a victory, but it never developed that way. Now, he's in a ball game that his team trails only by a run. Here's let's see who we got hitting here. Looks like McCannon.
Yes, it is. There's Pete McCannon.
Pete McCannon batting for Wilfong. Here's a ground ball hit down to Laviglio. Recovers the ball, throws not in time after fumbling at first. That'll be his 3rd error of the game. McCannon is safe on an error by Laviglio, who's ordinarily and naturally a second baseman.
Harry, you can look at it here on the replay. He is a second baseman, and the fact is that he had that ball, and when you're playing a new position, you want to do well. It just so happened that he's just not coming up with the ball.
Here's Engel now with a runner at first, nobody out. Here's the pitch by Hickey. Fastball over the outside corner. Strike call. Rusty Coons playing way over towards center. Lemon straightaway center. Lemon has walked 3 times in a row today. Now ready. From the belt, the pitch instead goes over to first base. You know, we gave you all the names of the designers and the winner, and it's uniform number 2, designed by Richard Launius. The winning designer, in addition to the prestige of designing the new White Sox uniform, will receive 2 season passes for next year's games. And additionally, Mr. Launius and his wife Carolyn will be sent to the World Series this year, guests of the White Sox. Now the pitch. He tried to bunt and he bunted foul. The other 5 finalists also will receive a very precious gift. They'll receive free trips to the White Sox spring training site in Sarasota, Florida during the month of March next spring. So congratulations are in order to Richard Launius of Dayton, Ohio, the winning designer, Bruce Johnson of Chicago, Scott Barrows of Dallas, and Edward Supe, Michael Lewis, and William Kligas, all of Chicago. Now the pitch is high. 2 strikes and a ball. This is WGN Television 9, Chicago, America's #1 sports station. Now Hickey gets set. The pitch to Engel. Double play ball right to Ullman. Out at second, out at first, double play. 6-4-3. The ball was hit hard, but right at Bill Ullman. So that helps. Here now is Tim Corcoran. He was out on strikes. He singled and he drew a very important base on balls in the 6th. That's funny, Lou, how it seems like whenever you see scoring innings, bases on balls are involved somewhere.
Oh, they most certainly are. And, of course, Dave Engel was a big out there, Harry. He started off that big inning last inning with a base hit to center field, and he hit the ball hard this time and turns into a double play.
Here's the Corcoran hitting a line drive to right field for a hit. So it's a good thing we got that double play. Let's see that again.
Well, Hickey really got a curveball in the middle of the plate. And because he does, Corcoran just didn't miss it.
Here's Hatcher up there now. The pitch. A little tap foul. There's Corcoran's base hit on the replay. Lined it into right hard. His second hit of the day. 2 men are out. A runner at first base. 4-3 Minnesota. We're in the top of the 7th. He held up in time. Mickey Hatcher. He's got 2 out of 3 today.
Harry, on a swing like that, when you're getting out of the way and spinning at the same time, I really believe that a hitter really doesn't hold up. I think he goes all the way and spins around with the entire body.
There's a drive in the left field, should be caught, and there's Nordhagen to make the play. Hatcher lined to Nordhagen. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error, 1 left. We go now into the bottom of the 7th. The score: Minnesota 4, White Sox 3.
Everybody, let me hear you. Okay. You 34 out there, too. Hi, Nancy. Take me out to the take me out to the crowd. Buy me something that's right. I don't care if I have to get back always. Root for the White Sox if they don't win it again. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes around every ball.
Harry Caray and Lou Brock. We go into the bottom of the 7th inning, 4-3 in favor of the Twins, and here's Carlton Fisk to lead it off. Bob Veselik, the right-hander, delivers, and the curveball is high inside. Ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes, nobody on, nobody out. The score: 4-3. The White Sox with 4 errors, 3 of them by Jay Laviglio playing third. There's a strike on the outside corner. McCann now playing third base. He's a Chicago area boy. At second base, rather. We have Hatcher at third. Washington is short. McCann now playing second. And Herbeck at first. A ball and a strike to pitch outside. 2 balls and a strike. There's a chance for Kevin Hickey to win his first major league game. But the White Sox are going to have to score a couple of runs. The pitch. There's a line drive. Nobody will get that ball. Extra bases into left center. Fisk is on his way to second base with a stand-up double. There's a good beginning. Fisk double to left center.
It is a good beginning. Here it is again. He hit a good pitch, Harry. That ball was down away from him, and he just threaded the needle in left center field. And had not Ward come up with a good play, kicked that ball at all, Carlton could have gone all the way to third base. But you can see him pulling up at second with a stand-up double.
So now here's Essien. He's looking down at Bobby Winkle. McCann, who was born in Chicago, now lives in Pennsylvania, now playing second base. The pitch. He bunts. It's a beauty. The only play, first base, a sacrifice. So Rusty Kuntz will be the hitter, but he's going to be called back. Bobby Molinaro coming out. That's a tying run at third. Molinaro is going to bat here for Kuntz.
Harry, that was a good sacrifice by Essien. He bunted the ball right back towards the pitcher. The pitcher has dropped off the mound towards third base, expecting the ball down the third baseline. And because of that, there was some hesitation on the part of the first baseman, Herbert. And, of course, the pitcher finally picked the ball up and threw the first.
All right, the tying run is at third base. A 100 children and volunteers from the Family Service Agency and Big Brothers Big Sister program of DeKalb County are here today. Now the pitch to Molinaro, and he slashes it foul outside third base. Andy the bell ringer Tatusco here today. The pitch. Fastball outside. The catcher, Tim Laudner, takes a look down at Carlton Fisk. Congratulations to John Moscato and his wife on their 50th wedding anniversary. The pitch to Molinaro, bouncing ball to the shortstop. He kicks it. The tying run is in. So it's all tied up 4-4. Molinaro, a high hopper. Ron Washington charged the ball.
Harry, he takes his eye off the ball. He looked in the home plate to see if he had a chance, as you can see there, and that's one of the reasons he boosts this ball. He's looking, trying to pick the ball up at the same time, trying to make a decision whether to throw home at the first, and he can't do that without the ball.
So Bobby Molinaro will be credited with a run batted in. He gets the benefit of the out there. And the shortstop is charged with an error. Here's Allman hitting a double play ball to the third baseman. McCannon one, first base, safe. Boy, Allman goes down that line hard.
Well, it does, and of course, Hatcher took a lot of time getting that ball out of his glove, and because of that, allow a guy like Allman, who runs real well, to get to first base. You can see it here, and he just takes off. He knows the ball is not in there. He has a chance of beating this ball, and see how much time he takes to get rid of that ball. He really didn't have the handle on it.
Here now is Laviglio. He's 1 out of 3 today. Here's the pitch by Vaselic. There goes the runner. There's the peg. He is safe with a stolen base. Allman steals second.
All right, let's take a look at this. This is a good throw here. That ball, curveball, is in the dirt. Allman had a good jump, and the reason he's called safe here, he goes around that tag on the hook slide. He reaches back and touches the bag with his hand, grabs it. Otherwise, if he'd gone at that bag, it would have been out.
That's a 16th stolen base for Bill Allman. He is second to Ron LaFleur on the club, LaFleur having 36. The White Sox swiped 85 bases. Here's a pitch to Laviglio, and a little bit low. 2 balls, no strikes. Just the go-ahead run at second base. 2 out. Laviglio, 1 out of 3, right-handed batter. Ball is high. 3 balls, no strikes. White Sox trying for the first victory over Minnesota. It's only the 5th game. Minnesota won the first 3 there, and first one here last night. 3 balls, no strikes. Breaking ball with 3-0, and he got it over. Left-hander and a right-hander in the bullpen.
I'm sorry, Harry. That was unusual for a 3-0 pitch to a guy like Laviglio. But the fact is that he threw it.
There's a bouncing ball on the end of the inning. McCannon's got it over the first of the out. So Laviglio rolls out, but the White Sox have tied it up. 1 run, 1 hit, 1 error, 1 left. At the end of 7th, all tied at 4. Park has been gone to the top of the 8th. Nordhagen has moved over to play right field, and Leo Sutherland is now in left field for the White Sox. Kevin Hickey stays in the ballgame. The last game of the year tomorrow afternoon. Hundreds of prizes worth thousands of dollars will be given away on Fans Appreciation Day. Prizes include a one-week all-expense-paid trip for two to Puerto Rico with accommodations at the fabulous Dorado Beach Hotel, compliments of Regency International Hotels and Eastern Airlines. Also, White Sox season tickets, microwave ovens, barbecue grills, colored TVs, refrigerator freezers, and lots more. That's prize day here tomorrow afternoon. Here we go in the 8th. First pitch swung and missed. Gary Ward, who's 1 out of 3, drove in a run. Kevin Hickey looking for his first big league victory. 1 strike or nothing. The pitch inside and high to even it up. A ball and a strike. The Mets' lead over Montreal has been cut to 1, 3-2. Popped it up. That ought to be easy for somebody. Nordhagen coming in, calling for it. And he makes the catch. Boy, he staggered under that ball. 1 out.
Yes, he did,
That's
Harry.
pretty tough.
Yeah, he came a long ways to catch that ball. Bernazard had a chance of calling him off, but Nordhagen called for it, and because of that, he had to run a long ways, and at the last minute, barely hung on to it. You can see it almost pops out here.
The final broadcast, final game tomorrow, and the final broadcast will be out in the center field bleachers. The game is underway at 1:15, so I hope you'll come out and sit there in the sunshine with us. Have a chance to kibitz and visit. Right there. In that very spot.
Where will your booth be tomorrow, Harry?
Right next to the television camera. There's a strike call. 2 strikes and nothing on the left-hand hitter, Ken Herbeck. Herbeck is 1 out of 2. Kevin Hickey, who worked out of a big jam in the 6th. Now the delivery, here it is. Wild one, back to the screen.
Today's attendance, 4,716. 4,716.
4,716 paid today. 2 strikes and a ball. 1 out. We're in the 8th. The pitch swung on. High pop foul back. I thought for a minute we might get a souvenir here, but no chance.
Your glove was too big. The net.
The pitch, here it is. Breaking ball low. Kent Herbeck. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out, nobody on. Left-hand batter digging in. Now the pitch, swung on, a bouncing ball. That'll be easy. Bernazard over to first for the out. Bernazard has committed only 5 errors all year long. Make that 6. And Bill Allman's made only 17. Around short and second. A total of only 23 errors.
Harry, that's a remarkable feat in as much as in the American League, there's not as many ballpark with AstroTurf, and you can see that kind of a low total for AstroTurf, but for natural surface.
Here's a pitch. Popped up. Nordhagen's there. Easy out. Yeah, I think you're right, Lou. It's for AstroTurf, it might not be quite as outstanding as it is for natural surface with the dirt and the grass. And so they certainly bolstered their defense around second base. We go now into the bottom of the 8th, tied up 4-4. Harry Caray back at the ballpark. We go now to the bottom of the 8th. We have all the good hitters coming up. Mark Andrews from DeKalb, Illinois here, celebrating his 10th birthday today. We have Bernazard leading it off, followed by Lemon and Lazinski. Chet Lemon, who's just been red hot the second half, has walked 3 times in a row today. This being our final telecast, we'd be remiss indeed we didn't acknowledge all the wonderful people who make these telecasts possible. Besides our producer-director, Dick Flanders, and our assistant director, Joe Corneo, our engineers are Darrell Rawson and Ed Alma, Janet Butler-Blair, Vern Blakely, John Breister, Nancy Burns, Roy Cohn, Don Hall, Frank Hullick, Mary Ellen Harnage, I remember her, Sandy Ione. There's a first pitch swung on, a high pop foul. Laudner's there, and he has it. Bernazard foul to the catcher, Laudner. 1 gone, that'll bring up Chet Lemon. Alvin Jones, Ray Kirk, Rich Lee, Mike Mitnick, Bruce Moselle, John Nitz, Jim Pasma, Joanne Frihoda, Lowell Ryman, who's out in center field today, Willie Sneed, Steve Stabile, and Earl Whitman. So you can tell from that list how many people it takes to do one of these programs that you've been enjoying, I hope, during the course of the year. A ball and a strike on Chet Lemon, who'd like to hit one out of here, having walked 3 times in a row, and he tried to bunt his way on.
Wasn't a bad try, Harry. Hatcher was way back at third base, on the line, trying to prevent the extra base hit. Again, the White Sox been trying it all day to drop that ball down, but had not succeeded up to now.
Britt Burns limbering up with the bullpen. 2 strikes and the ball, the pitch. Hey, struck him out. Well, Lazinski hit a homer with a man on in the 4th to give the White Sox a temporary 3-1 lead. Now he comes up again. He is tied for 2nd place in the American League in homers, just 1 behind Bobby Grich of the Angels. Grich has 22. Lazinski, along with Tony Armas and Gorman Thomas, has 21. Now the wind, the pitch, and the breaking ball is outside. 1 ball, no strikes. 2 men are gone, 8th inning. The pitch, wide and outside and low. Ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Detroit leading in Milwaukee 1-0. A real pitching duel, Mars against Vukovic. Here's a strike called to the Bull. Lazinski with 21 homers, 62 runs batted in. Now to wind up the pitch by Vaselik. High pop fly on the infield. Ron Washington, the shortstop, makes the catch to retire the side. 1, 2, 3, nothing across. At the end of 8, it's tied at 4. Harry Caray and Lou Brock as we go down to the top of the 9th. Roy Smalley's going to come out as a pinch hitter for Washington. Smalley, who's a switch hitter ordinarily, but because of a back problem, he's only been able to play batting right-handed. He's hitting 300 right-handed, 238 left-handed. He's had 7 homers, 22 RBI. Roy Smalley. Was his dad playing when you started?
No, he was not. Roy Smalley, I got to know him, but I never really played against his father.
Roy Smalley. Actually, Roy is not a junior. He's Roy Smalley III. His dad was Roy Smalley Jr. Here's the pitch by Hickey. Ground ball up the middle, a base hit. That didn't take long. Smalley steps Cole off the bench, hits the first pitch right up the middle for a base hit. Now let's see if he's going to stay in the ballgame. I would imagine he's going to have to, because he'll have to play in their infield. Now here is Hoskins Powell due to come up. Now they're going to use a pinch runner. It looks like Sofield running for Smalley.
Yeah, that's the change they're making.
Boy, you know, there you are. We talked about Castino. Look at Smalley now. There's a guy that's only 28 years old, and he can't hardly bend over.
Wow.
With a back ailment. Here's Hoskins Powell. He hit into a double play with the bases loaded in the sixth. There's a ball. Curveball in there for a strike call. He's squared around a bunt. With the bases loaded and one out in the sixth, and the Twins already had 4-3, Powell grounded into a double play against Hickey. Now the pitch. He bunts. They got to play at second, and they get it. Safe at first. Powell trying to sacrifice. Forced Baker.
Take a look at it here, Harry. He really pushes his ball very hard right back at Hickey, and Hickey jumps all over it, turns, and just throws the second, make sure he made a good throw. And, of course, Allman flips on to first base, but a guy like Hoskins Powell, who run real well, there's no chance.
And now is Pete McCannon. Boy, Hickey makes that play as good as anybody we have. Better, probably. He's a good athlete. He gets off the mound in a hurry. He's quick. McCannon's batting .229 with 4 homers and 18 RBIs. Their team batting average is .238. Ours is .271. Curveball, nice stop by Essien. Saved a wild pitch. They have hit 47 homers. The White Sox have hit 74.
Take another look at this ball. He's a catcher being acrobatic. He scoops that ball out of the dirt, bounced it in the air, then caught it on the fly with his bare hand.
Here's a double play ball, maybe. No, the throw to first. He beats it. The ball was hit towards short. That's why I said it might be a double play, but then it took a real high hop, and Allman had to wait for it and finally had to jump to field it, and his throw was too late. It's an infield hit for McCannon.
Harry made the right choice in terms of what base to throw to, because Hoskins Powell was already down to second base. He run real well, and Bill recognizing that if he had a chance at all of getting one out, it would be at first base with Pete McCannon.
So here now comes manager Tony La Russa. Kevin Hickey with runners at first and second. One out. Yep. So Hickey cannot win the game today. He leaves tied 4-4, and the only chance he'll have to win a game this season is if he gets into a game in a comparable situation tomorrow. Hickey worked 3 1/3 innings, and he pitched out of a real jam in the 6th for Dennis Lamp. He allowed 4 hits. No runs as yet, but the responsibility for the men on base belongs to him. Lamar Hoyt coming in to relieve. White Sox really playing this one down to the hilt, trying to win it. Hoyt, who's won 8, lost 3, and who has 10 saves. The batter facing him will be Dave Engel. Engel is 1 out of 4 for the day. Kevin Hickey walked only one man, and that was defensively.
Jerry Hairston now playing left field.
Hairston's going to left field. Sutherland is moving, looks like, to center.
Leo Sutherland now playing center field. Sutherland in center field.
So Chet Lemon will leave the game. Lemon I guess they figured Lemon's arm would not permit him to make a strong throw to the plate in the event of a base hit. And that's the go-ahead run at second base. Here's Engel now, and Lamar White is ready. So Lemon is through for this day. He was nothing out of one, walked 3 times in a row, scored a run. Engel, a right-hand batter. Lamar White's pitch. Curveball a little bit inside and high. Engel, originally a third baseman. Now been playing right field. Has a fine arm, pretty good hitter. He's hit 5 homers, several of them against the White Sox. Line drive right to the third baseman for a double play. Holy cow! That ball was hit like a shot. Engel line into a double play from Laviglio to Bernazard. And the White Sox get out of the inning. Look at that.
Harry, they took a chance and threw him a fastball, and again, the big guy didn't miss it. Right on the button.
No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 1 left. We go to the bottom of the 9th. The White Sox need 1 to win. The game tied up 4-all. Harry Caray back at the ballpark along with Lou Brock. We go into the bottom of the 9th, needing a run to win. Here's Wayne Nordhagen. The Red Sox shut out Cleveland 4-0. Tanana the winner. Brennan the loser. Iowa leads Northwestern 50-0 in the 4th period. Illinois leading Minnesota 31-21 in the 4th quarter. Montreal has taken the lead 4-3 in New York. If they hold it, they will have won the Eastern Division. Michigan leading Indiana now in football 30-17 after trailing earlier in the game. Nordhagen leading it off. The pitch swung and he missed. He's in the hole now. 2 strikes and the ball. Notre Dame leading Michigan State 20-7 in the 3rd quarter. 20-7 Notre Dame. Here's a pitch swung on, fly ball, right center field. On the run is Engel. Waiting now, and he makes the catch. Nordhagen fly to Engel. 1 out. Dave Baldus and Dave Otwin from Fremont, Michigan, watching the ball game here today. Detroit leading Milwaukee 1-0 at the end of 7. Raleigh Fingers is relieved for the Brewers in the 8th. Boy, that Morris and Vukovich, some battle. Here's Carlton Fisk. Takes a strike call. Fisk opened the 7th inning with a double that led to the tying run. Now the sign. 1 strike and nothing. The pitch swung at a breaking ball and he missed. 1 man out. 2 strikes and nothing.
Harry, I'd like to say congratulations to Dr. Jones and a friend of mine, Deacon Jones, on their newborn baby boy, who was born yesterday, Kyle Jones.
Yeah, good. 1 out, nobody on. Ball game in the bottom of the 9th. 4-4 tie. Now the pitch on the way by Vasilek, swung on, fly ball. Short left field. Houskin Powell misjudged it and a drop. Powell's had a tough day. That was a routine fly ball. Houskin Powell must have thought it was hit very hard. He started back.
Harry, you can see that was a high slider, and Carlton Fisk got it off the end of the bat, had the big swing. When you get the big swing, you force the outfielder to back up or hold his ground, and that time Harskin Powell made the step back and could not recover in time to get there to make the catch. And so the Sox got a break on that ball.
And now here is Jim Essien. Here's the stretch, the pitch. A breaking ball in there for a strike call. 1 strike and nothing. Cardinals winning their game, but now Montreal has taken the lead in New York. And that would clinch it if Montreal can hold that lead. They will play the Phillies in the National League playoffs. Now the stretch. There's the pitch. High pop foul coming back out of play. Detroit hanging tough against Milwaukee, 1-0 in the 8th. If Detroit wins, it'll send that second half of the American League East into the last day at Milwaukee, where the winner tomorrow would win it all and would qualify to play the Yankees. Now the stretch. Throw over to first, the runner back.
Carlton Fisk has a good lead at first base, and of course they keep messing around. He's in position to take second base.
2 strikes and nothing. The pitch out, not going anywhere. Baker's playing shortstop in place of Washington. Boy, the White Sox got a break in the 9th inning one with runners at first and second. Lamar Hoyt relieved Kevin Hickey, and Engel hit a blistering low line drive that happened to be, fortunately, right at Laviglio for a double play. There's a strike call, and Essien is called out on strike. 2 men are gone.
Harry, I'm not sure he saw that ball. There's a shadow out there, and Essien really didn't make any offer at that pitch. There was a fastball right over the plate, and apparently he just probably didn't see it.
Here now is Leo Sutherland. Came up with the White Sox last year. He's hitting 125. He's only been to bat 8 times this year. To throw over to first, Fisk is back. 2 men are out. We're in the 9th. All tied up 4-4. Now the pitch. The Veselic's pitch is a fastball low and away. V-S-E-L-I-C. Bob Veselic. Now the stretch, the pitch, and the curveball is high. Ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Leo Sutherland looking at Bobby Winkles. 4,716 paid here today. Final game of the season tomorrow afternoon. 1:15. Two balls, no strikes, the pitch. Ball 3 is high. Bill Allman coming up next. 3 balls, no strikes. There you see Tony La Russa. Ball 4, he walked up. Boy, oh boy, when you walk a 125 hitter on 4 pitches, you deserve to get beat, and all Bill Allman would have to do is get a base hit to make that happen.
Well, of course, he threw a borderline pitch, a pretty good fastball. He thought he had the call, but it went against the Twins, and now the Sox has the winning run at second base. If Bill Allman could just dump that ball in there for a base hit.
Now the signal given. First pitch in there, a strike call. One strike and nothing. Runners at first and second, 2 out. We're in the bottom of the 9th, tied up at 4. The pitch to Allman, outside. And that evens it up. A ball and a strike. Right-hander gets set. Base hit would win it. The delivery. Swung at a curve and he missed. And now it's 2 strikes and a ball. A base hit here by Allman would make Lamar White's record identical this year to last year, 9-3. Veselick. The pitch. Into the dirt. Almost a wild pitch. The count even. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Harry Veselick did a fine job to get that second strike on Bill Allman. He had thrown him that hard fastball away, hard sliders away, and threw a changeup in the middle of the plate. And you saw Bill really go around on that ball, and way out in front of it, had no idea where that ball was.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's a big pitch. On the way. Did he go around? They're appealing no. It was a slider blowing away. Allman checked his swing just in time. So he's still alive with Jay Laviglio on deck. 2 out. The runners will be going with the pitch. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Now the signal given. The right-hand batter waiting. Here it is. Ball forward. The bases are loaded. So the bases are full. Up on the board, Billy Gardner, the manager of the Twins, was not very happy about this development. The inning should have been over 1-2-3. The left fielder, Hoskin Powell, miscalculated on an easy fly ball and let it drop in front of him. I think he was hit much harder and starting back towards the wall. And then, with 2 out, successive bases on ball. The National Rodeo will be at the amphitheater tonight and tomorrow. Bases loaded, 2 away. The score tied. And Jerry Turner's coming out as a pinch hitter. Turner, who's 1 out of 11 with the White Sox, used to be with the San Diego Padres. This guy's got a good swing.
Harry, don't let that 1 out of 11 fool you, because he has put the bat on the ball and put it on it hard. He hit it in tough luck, and is a good hitter, as you pointed out. And he's a fastball pitcher against a good fastball hitter.
So Jerry Turner, the hitter. Bases are loaded with 2 out. Score tied in the bottom of the 9th. The pitch. Way outside. Maybe this guy will walk another one.
Well, he hadn't been close to the plate since Carlton Fisk dumped that ball down the left field line. And since then, Harry seemed to have lost control.
He's walked Sutherland and Allman in succession. Here's the pitch to Turner. Ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. He's going to have to let up to get the ball over, and Turner will be ready. 2 balls, no strikes. Bob Veselick delivers the pitch. Ball 3. What a way to win a ball game, but we'll take it.
Yes. We'll be interested here. See if he can come back. He has 3 chances to throw a strike, Harry, and I think it's pretty difficult to come back to throw 3 straight strikes with a guy like Turner at the plate, and you can't afford to throw the breaking ball.
Here's the pitch. Strike call at the knees. 3 balls and a strike. Bob Vaselik has a record of 1-0. That victory was at the expense of the White Sox. Now maybe we can hand them a loss to even it up. 3-1 pitch. Sox win. A base on balls. He walked 3 men in a row to force in the winning run. And the only hit of the inning was a routine fly ball. Should have been an easy out, but the left fielder, Houskin Powell, misjudged it and let it drop in front of him. So there you see the totals. The White Sox win the ball game, even though they've been out hit 10-7, and even though they committed 4 errors. We figured out how to beat them. 3 walks in a row with 2 out. And so the White Sox now have evened up the series a game apiece going into the finale tomorrow. We'll be back with the totals and highlights in a moment.